Well, look, I have a very different perspective than Chris and Christine, and I'll state my biases. I worked on both the 2008 and 2012 Obama campaign, and love President Obama. I also worked for President Clinton in both of his campaigns, and love President Clinton. But I think that the legacy of the Obama presidency is going to be one of the most significant in our time. And I think there are four parts to his legacy that are established already to make his presidency truly transformative. The first is the economic turnaround. You can agree or disagree with his economic policies, but just on the math, on the numbers, he will finish his presidency with the greatest percentage growth in the stock market, national wealth, housing prices, and the greatest nominal reduction of the deficit of any president in our history. So saving the two auto companies, turning around the economy, I think that will be a historic legacy. He ended three wars that began on September 11th. The war in Iraq, the war in Afghanistan, and the war after al-Qaeda that attacked us on September 11th, killing Osama bin Laden, bringing the other people responsible for it either to death or to imprisonment. And I think when you talk, I teach, as EJ mentioned, I teach on campus today. For children today, this is a war they have lived with since they were 9 years old. And for those wars to come to an end under this president is a tremendously significant achievement and a historic one. And on both Dodd-Frank and the Affordable Care Act, there's a lot of work left to be done. That said, I do think that there's a certain inevitability to the way in which health care is going to roll out. No matter what the Republicans try to do to block the funding for implementation, and no matter how many states resist, it's not really that different than Medicaid in many respects, which at first got a lot of resistance in the states, fought in the years after it was passed under President Johnson, but now is such an incredibly bedrock part of our healthcare system. Even the most conservative Republican governors aren't talking about rolling back the core of Medicaid. So I think that what you'll see is you'll see the Affordable Care Act get implemented in most of the states. There'll be a few holdouts, a few people fighting it back. People look around them. People in other states will have health care coverage. It'll be working. Prices will be going down. And people are going to want that. And so I think momentum, time just grinds this out.